I will tell you, Drumurboy, I have been listening to a shit ton of Earth, Wind, and Fire's September on repeat.
I was literally
lately.
about to say that.
Yeah, I've been listening to a metric fuck ton of it while doing BattleTech prep. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been listening to
Earth, Wind, and Fire is pretty good, like 80s representation.
They just released a remix of it's not like a huge remix, but it's like a remaster of September, like literally weeks ago.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of new artists called Mono Neon, but one of his influences is George Clinton, Funkadelic. I've been listening to some of that too.
I was gonna say I've been listening to a hell of a lot of Up From Down, just because it's good chill out music.
Hey, thanks, man. I've got a lot of chill stuff on the way. It's just chewing through the stuff I've got in front of me that will pay the bills, because Up From Down does not. So
Understood.
Yeah. Spotify, man. What the fuck can you do?
Great question. What can you
make
do?
the next WAP and then you're fine, right? That's what you need to do.
Jesus. No, what I need to do is make 300 lo-fi and sleepy tracks and take over playlists.
Beats you can Drumurboy too.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, I asked if you wanted to do the soundtrack for Pieces, and that's literally lo-fi music. So
All right.
I was busy, dude. I was Star Wars and
I found a whole channel on YouTube of 40k ASMR.
is it like this? Turn to page 5. Heresy. Turn to page
Blood
6.
for the Blood God. Pew pew.
Heresy. Oh, look at that. This
No,
one
it's probably
depicts
more like this.
hand
It's
being
probably more
opened
like
inappropriately. That is heresy.
page 282 includes a rule reference for movement. However, the 6th addendum was just released 2 years ago. Let's reference it.
In the background, there's like dry brushing of models.
I'll tell
Let
you.
me ask you this, James, real quickly. Is it heresy to like have something be meta in the 40k universe? Could a Sister of Battle read the 40k Rogue Trader rulebook on ASMR, and would that be heresy?
I don't know. I haven't been asked that question before. It's
Wow,
that's
that's a whole episode of the new Grimdarkjames podcast.
That's sorry. Yeah, we'll refer that back to the Boffins in Nottingham for their thoughts.
I'll tell you, James, I'm not an ASMR at all. And someone tried to get me into ASMR, but they were like, listen to these Tsundere ASMRs.
So I was going to say, what, listening to or doing ASMR?
No, listening to. When do I do ASMR?
Is it
What are you
just
talking
girls
about?
whispering "bucka" into your ears over and over again?
99% of them are utter trash. Either they have a good script, but their voice does not match it, or they have a good voice, but their script is trash. And then you're just like, all right, I just found Coffee Shop Girl. It's actually pretty good, but Coffee Shop Girl 2, the sequel, is terrible. So it's just bail out of that. Just tap Z then R twice to do a fucking barrel roll.
Just rip one of the good scripts and send it to ProZD. He can do it.
Oh man, listen, his Cherub anime stuff is so good. I mean, I literally ripped Dragon Clash in the Kingdom of Ice for BattleTech, but meanwhile, Pascal, let's talk about you and this security gate. You and your natural enemy, an electronic device.
Yes.
All right.
Natural enemy. I'm a cyberware fixer.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
naturalist of enemy.
What is my
I
difficulty?
mean, you and a challenge, since we know that you don't perform well on those. The difficulty to break through this device is an 18.
18.
Now, my question is, do you do it kind of like with some sort of wireless bug that you whipped up while you drive up? Or do you physically get out and, like, attach yourself to the mechanic arm of the gate and override it? Because I'll give you a +2 if you get out and you go plug into it.
I like the idea that there's some sort of
Then I will get out and
RFID
plug
hack
into it for the +2.
All right, so you're like a couple Zimmers look your way when it's pretty clear that you weren't supposed to be opening this gate. But let's make the roll.
All right, so I need to hit an 18.
For fans of the sprawl, this is increasing a clock by 1.
So I need to hit an 18.
You need
I've
an
got-
18 with a +2, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
People
gonna
know my feelings on clocks.
I like
I'm-
clocks.
No.
I'm gonna dump 2
Look, you
luck
don't need to
into
have
it.
hundreds of clocks, but some clocks have good purpose.
I mean,
It
clocks
allows
for a
you to
GM.
stage threats.
Yeah, clocks for a GM, absolutely fine. Clocks exposed to the
Just
player.
hit it.
That luck. Wow. Would you say you put 2 points in?
I put 2 lucks in.
You
2
got
luck
exactly
in and
what you
got
needed.
the +2.
All right. Yeah, you ride across the security gated area, no problem. You make your way to the beginning of the Megacorp jetty, which I have changed on Roll20.
Oh, there you
Appreciate
go.
that, Arthur.
So Coltan and Pascal are stepping out. Or no, the two of you are stepping out, Bishop and Wolfgang, and you are going to sneak over to our cyber psycho friend.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Where is he? Oh, cool. We changed. Okay.
You tell me how you want to approach this. So these buildings are abandoned. I'd say they probably haven't seen use in about 5 years. They've taken the weathering pretty brutally. So,
Has
we're
the
talking
direction-
about cracked glass, trash building up.
Has the direction changed? Like you said, east last time was towards the water.
Yes. So this map
we're
is
coming in from
functional.
the other
We've
side.
come
You're coming in
west.
from the west side. However,
Okay.
if you feel like you want to sneak around behind him, you tell me how you want to do this, and we'll make a roll.
Where is he on the map?
He is seated in his chair next to his
Okay.
dumpster and his campfire and his makeshift tent.
So we
So-
know that he has cybernetics, yes? For
Oh
eyes
yeah,
and
he
easy
very
stuff.
obviously has several cybernetics.
So how do you feel about going around the building?
I think we've got time to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, like, 'cause it's the green box is a dumpster, isn't it?
No, the green box is
Oh, a tent.
it's a tent. So it's like a piece of tarp that's being held up by 2 strings, and then it's got flaps down the side. So I mean, it's not like he can look and see if you're approaching down that way, right?
So if that's okay, if that's the plan, maybe we should continue with you guys, like you guys hanging off the back, and then like.
No, the plan is to keep the van away from him because he can literally put his entire fist through the fucking thing.
But if he's right here and we're literally right here,
The idea is
Yeah.
for you guys to do something which gets his attention, so we can get him unawares.
what
Yeah.
what I'm proposing is like, I didn't recognize this before, like how close he was to the edge of the map, but we could continue. Freehand. We could continue going this way. Like, see if he tries to stop us over
He's
here.
not that close. I mean, that's 45 feet away.
But I mean, if we're going this way, we could easily drop you guys off over here ish.
Okay, just one thing I want to add to that is that his job is to literally stop vehicles like yours
Yeah.
from getting through here without authorization.
Is he making moves to stop us?
If you approach this area, he
I think
will
we
attempt
knew
to
that.
stop
We know
you.
who's going to do that. That's
We
why you want to
know
stop
that he's
before
going to do
point.
that. You've seen
Yeah.
him do it before.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Okay, so James, do you want to sneak around the back of this building or no?
I think that's probably easiest. Come up down the alleyway where his tent
Yep.
is.
I think so too. Yeah. So we would have, got out a little earlier and maybe like hoofed it a bit faster, around the building. So how would you feel about us starting up here, James? Sorry, Arthur.
Let me ask a question. Do either of you have any radar-based cybernetics?
Ooh,
I would say
let me
no
double
for
check.
me.
What is radar based? You mean like the one where you got like the little implant in your arm or
Yeah,
whatever that
there are
shows you?
several cybernetics that either are radar based, like they can emit a radar beam.
A radar beam.
Yes.
Do you mean like
like a radar gun to check distance or speed
Yeah.
of an object. There are cybernetics that let you do that.
Radio acquired distance
Oh.
and ranging.
no, I don't have
Thank
any electronic ranging.
Should we talk about LiDAR next? Sonar?
Sonar, let's go. Did you know you could turn sonar into a microphone?
Wow.
Long callback. Just
Yep.
Good cut.
Yep. This hurts me as an electrical engineer deeply. So if neither of you have radar, I would like both of you to make some sort of approach check to approach him stealthily.
Stealth?
Yes. Is there such a skill that literally is called
Yes.
stealth?
Yes.
So
it is.
Arthur, I have my class lets me add stuff here. So I have combat sneak, which allows me to add half my level of combat sneak to my stealth, hideaway, evade, awareness, and initiative. So I have stealth 4, but then I'd also add another 4 to it from combat sneak. It's like a solo version for sneaking, basically. So
Okay. Well, this is going to be a weird question, but do either of you have any drugs or radioactive materials on you?
no.
Okay. Just checking.
He's got a drug sniffer and a Geiger counter.
Yep.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, I would
boys.
have loaded up Pascal with a couple vials of improved sleep drug.
These stealth rolls, Jimmy.
I mean, it depends. Like, if you've got a one of those night sights that has a tiny radioactive element in it in order to get the, the glow. But I wouldn't think that would be enough for a Geiger counter.
Okay. Let me check how accurate a radioactive. I mean, you can get bananas, man. You can pick up bananas on a certain. It's not technically a Geiger counter. It's just called a radioactive.
Yeah, tritium night sights, tritium radioluminescence is what you have in some
Right.
gun.
That's super
sites.
expensive material.
Yeah. No, but I mean, mine's smarkened anyway, so it doesn't need to have iron sights. So
Okay. He does not appear to detect you. All right, the radiation detector only works within 10 meters, but when you move that close, I'll need to roll D100. Okay. And how far is 10 meters? All right. So when you guys are approaching, you successfully sneak behind an abandoned building on the far side of his tent, and you can hear him talking, and he's saying, now, it's about the study of people. Humanity is an unusual species. We are the only known animal which forms groups for play. Now, there are many animals that form groups, and there are many animals that play, but there are none besides humans that form groups in order to play. That isn't the only thing that makes us unique, but that is the foundation of this class that we'll be talking about today. What is human and what is cybernetic? I feel that I am uniquely qualified to speak on this particular subject. I can keep talking for as long as you guys want me to.
Okay. How long we got left? What, another hour and a half of the show? You can keep it going for that long?
He appears to be giving a lecture on anthropology. You're not sure to who or how, but he is vocalizing it out loud.
Okay, so he's doing a Zoom call while he's guiding this.
He suddenly screams because his students pulled a prank on him.
All right, so we're heading down this alleyway. Yeah, what's the range on the net gun?
30 meters. We're already in range, provided he's like not. He's right. I think right now he's concealed behind
Right, the tent is his concealment and cover. He won't be able to fire through it.
Yeah, so that's why we sort of need the others to draw his attention so he moves away from that point so we can sneak up.
All right.
Okay.
So this box that I've drawn is where I'm going to stall the van out.
Okay. He gets up and begins moving towards you and says, I'm going to need to hang up on all of you now. The class will resume at the usual time tomorrow. And as he's approaching you, he says, may I see your authorization, please?
We're coming down the alleyway at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I took a wrong turn, and
I'm going to need you to turn around immediately.
Sure. And
let me ask, do you turn around immediately?
I start the engine up, but I flood the gas pedal to the floor so that the engine will just turn over but not catch.
Why are you ruining our escape plan? What's going on here?
Yeah, by the time that you guys are done, like it'll be fine. But I'm just buying time for you to get down the.
Okay, so the two of you are pushing through his tent to get to him.
Yep.
As soon as you do, he immediately picks up on it and turns back towards you.
Can I roll an education roll to engage him in the conversation of the lecture he was just giving?
Absolutely, yes.
Great.
You might not know this, but Stream knows that he has like 15 education-related skills.
Great.
You gotta make the money somehow.
He wants nothing more than to talk about this stuff. I will let you use this instead. General knowledge or education or anthropology itself can be used as a role to engage
I have
him.
an education 5.
Okay.
I'm jumping on my luck into it. 20.
20 will be necessary. Yes. Oh fuck, that's exactly what you got. Never mind. Okay.
So I'll mention the name of the book that he was, or like the author of the book that he was teaching
referencing.
from.
Yeah. He
like,
turns and he's like, you know of that theorem, and like he's physically caught between trying to like kick this van out of the way and kill Pascal, stopping the people who are approaching him from behind, and wanting to engage in that. And then all of you watch as his expression changes and his body language has shifted entirely, and he goes, engaging emergency alert status, requesting backup. Let's roll for initiative.
Okay. This is my first time doing initiative, but I have a +4 in it, and it should automatically work. But if it doesn't, I'll let you know.
And I get a +2 for my cyberware, so I actually have an 8.
We have to have our dudes selected before.
Correct.
Sorry, I forgot to select my dude before, so it didn't.
I'll get you on here.
And I'd roll combat sense, so I didn't do my initiative. So 26 is mine.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well,
I guess that's.
There's a written macro. I'll get it to you.
You've
Wait.
got it before. I haven't deployed
right.
it yet. That's all.
Okay.
You just get set like combat sense just gives you combat sense 7 on initiative. That's crazy.
It just adds to initiative rolls.
Just like
That's
it
what
adds
combat sense
to
awareness rolls. But
Yep.
but there's you can't roll combat sense. There's nothing else that does it except it applies to those two skills. But you never make just a combat sense roll on its own.
Let me grab this. I used the init from the sheet. Is that not the one we're using?
no, but it's fine. You're good.
I guess I get more skills than you, but like
So mine should be too high. Sorry, Arthur, because I forgot about my speedwear, my booster wear.
You have Brezhnev or whatever the other one is.
Kalashnikov.
Korezhnikov, yeah, it's the same one he has. Yep. Okay. All right, Marcus, you're up first.
Okay. I will attempt to shoot him with the net gun.
Okay. Talk to me about that.
Okay.
What's the range on a net gun?
30 meters.
All right. So he is 8 meters away from you, which means it's outside of close, but not at the. So it'll be a 20 to hit. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can move if you want to reduce that.
Yeah, but if I move first, that adds a penalty. Oh, I suppose I've got to move within.
It would make up for.
It would make a huge difference.
It would drop you from medium to close, which is a 5-point drop.
Okay, for the cost of a.
You are moving yourself into kicking range.
So quarter would be of 30 would be 7.5. So
yeah,
it's not snapping to.
You'll have to use Alt in order to snap correctly. I didn't want the map to be super enormously huge.
Yeah, oops. Okay, I'm there. Then I shoot at him.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'll get my skill.
You can also press Control to not snap to anything as well, too.
Okay.
I thought that was Alt, but it's one of the two.
Is it Alt?
I thought so.
Okay, so I get +1 weapon accuracy for the gun itself, but -3 for taking a second action. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Yep.
Ciao.
Nice.
You need to hit a 15, so that will hit.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
So he needs to make a 25 difficulty body and reflexes check.
Yeah, there's 2 checks that he needs to make because one is for escaping and one is for not being electrocuted.
No, he has to make both one after the other. So what happens depends on whether he passes one or both on none of these.
He didn't pass either.
Okay, so that means he is entangled, which is his reflexes is halved, his MA is dropped to 0.
Okay.
And then because the net's tasered, he needs to make a stun check at -2. And he does this for the next 3 rounds, well, as long as he's still in there, and it increases by 2 each time. So -4 next round, -6 round after.
All right.
Okay, and then I drop third action, drop the net gun, and lift my basically unshot my rifle.
All right. Wolfgang. This guy's being electrocuted and doesn't seem to be like he's caught up in the net, but the electrocution doesn't really seem to be bothering him.
Okay. Now this is going to be a weird question. If I kick him in the head, am I going to get electrocuted as well?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, you're making electrical contact with the thing that's being electrocuted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unless your boots are made of rubber.
They have real skin on them, so...
No, then you're not made of rubber.
Cyber moon.
Your boots are made of steel, and they
Let me just
will...
double check that. So I have...
You have a spiked heel.
Thicken monomer. No, I have...
No, you will be electrocuted.
Armor. And I have spike heel foot, so yeah, I won't be able to do that. Okay.
So while he's entangled, he does count as a stationary target, by the way, whatever that means.
Okay.
Yeah. Is he carrying anything that I can take off of him? Like, has he got anything in his hands that are outside the net, for example, or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Target immobile gives you a +4 to hit.
I'm not going to shoot him, though. Because if we can knock him out, then we're good. But, yeah. I also don't want to get knocked out myself, so... we have to keep...
Who has the grenades? Is that James?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got the flashbangs and the gas grenades.
Yep. And stun
I was
grenades.
gonna go. I just unsheath the rifle, Arthur, and I've just got it like trained on him. So just count me as like getting an aim score, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. +1 for your next. Coltan. Your new bestie is getting electrocuted.
Can I awareness notice that there's, if the shock is bringing his human side out more than his, because pain should be
Human perception.
Human perception?
Yes.
Ugh. All right.
Good luck.
Nope.
What base skill is human perception?
Empathy,
Intelligence,
I believe.
Is it one of the, yeah, it is one of them that, okay, so roll another d10. You can colossally fuck this up. No, you don't. Okay.
Great.
You have no idea. You're just looking at a monstrous metal man being electrocuted in a net.
All right. Well, there's...
You know, all I can think about is what's his face from Doom Patrol. Brendan Fraser's character from Doom Patrol.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
What else you got, Coltan? Action 2.
I mean, it's established that we can't touch him or we get electrocuted, especially me because I have a metal arm.
Yep, that would be bad.
You get an electric shock. Not electrocuted.
You have to make a stun, so you don't want that.
Yeah.
Electrocuted is like drowned. If you're electrocuted, it means you're dead.
If I do make an awareness notice, what can I get from that potentially?
There is a thing about him that could be very potentially ruinous to your plan. I will allow it. I will also allow you to make any sort of cyberware roll to begin to identify the massive number of cyberwares that he has. It's like 30 plus.
30 plus is like the target?
No, 30 plus is the number of cyberwares he has.
Oh.
Yeah, they jacked him up real good. But there is one particular cyberware that could be very bad for you.
The nuclear reactor he has inside of him.
Oh, sorry. I like Snow Crash, but we don't need to replay that novel.
He's about to Michael Stackpolis.
I don't know that reference.
Oh, it's a BattleTech reference. He was famous for having battle mechs explode randomly and kill other battle mechs in the process.
I was going to say Terminator 3 when they're like driving that hearse or whatever it is and they have to like cut the hydro battery out of...
So I'll allow you to make awareness notice at a higher difficulty or any sort of cyberware check, like cybertech or...
Did I reach the limit for my cybertech to be fully at 3?
Um,
Has it been 6 days?
I don't recall.
I don't think so. No.
I think it's
I
still
think you
only at a
started
plus.
with like
I think it's at a +1 now.
Yeah. Is the meat sentient yet?
You can make a
I
Cybertech
don't
at
know.
+1 off of your chip if you want to.
Sure.
Okay, the difficulty is 15.
Let me adjust my Cybertech there. Cool. Oh God.
Please roll a d10.
Oh fuck.
Oh boy.
You remove your own.
this is what
cyber
happens when
project.
you use a chipware that's not fully integrated.
Not
you know?
only do you not know what's going on or anything about the subject, but everyone knows how ignorant you are. So I feel like you lean out of the van and you're like, look out, he's got a J27 type. And everybody's just like, what the fuck is... What?
I'm going
He's
to
got
continue
baloney
to
in
ignore
him.
you.
He's got baloney.
Yeah, you just say something so absurd that like everyone around you like, no.
Watch out! He's got a cyber arm.
I feel like whatever it is, it'll probably be a meme that gets picked up on the internet around this group.
Mash Nathers is watching from the shadows.
Ah,
and he's
yeah, he clips it. That's a free
But it gets
1,000 bits right
DMCA'd.
there.
Yeah, DMCA'd for his music choice. Yeah.
Okay, Coltan.
Him
You
and
wanna
his
take a
tater
third
tots
action?
after me. There's nothing else I can do. I'm not going to touch the fucker.
All right.
So
So this guy goes before you,
actually,
Pascal.
I'm going to move though. I'm going to get out of this fucking van.
Okay.
Yeah. The death fan.
I'm assuming windows, doors again. So I guess I'll just get out of the van so I can move freely. That's it.
So, all right, this is what happens. You watch as this creature turns its upper torso and reaches out with his cyber arm through the net, and the hand ejects and spools towards the net gun, and the hand goes to grab it and misses and skips along slightly before getting pulled back.
Interesting. Does it pull back in the same turn that he fires it?
Yes, it's a grapple arm.
At this point, that's when I yell, "Look out, a cyber arm."
Well, no, you fumbled it. So you said that last round, but you thought no one heard you because no one responded. So you say it again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
louder.
Told you.
He's gonna do something else, but it's all internal at this point. Pascal.
Is he monologuing internally?
Doesn't he make a stun check at the end of his turn? Or
No,
is
it's in the turn that I fired it.
Yes.
that... right. Okay.
Okay. I am going to do an aimed shot at his human left arm, you said?
Yes.
Um,
The one with the tattoo that says "I love Mum."
So the aim shot is cancels out the fact that he's immobile.
I thought it was -3 for aim.
Is it? Okay. I thought it was 4 for aim, but okay.
Is it?
4 is aim. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, it is 4? Okay.
Okay, so they cancel out.
Okay. And I'll put my last 2 luck into it as well.
Good luck.
How many shots you got at this, by the way?
I've got 2 at the super ones, and then I've got 11 at my regular ones.
Because it might take 13 shots to put this dude down. We'll see.
Well, he is half reflex right now, so. And then there's a minus reflex effect on the super charts.
You fool! It does nothing to dilute the oil inside of me.
Okay. How
18,
much
that's a hit.
damage does a dart deal?
I will roll it and tell you.
Good question. All right.
Oh yeah, that's a tasty
It
damage.
deals 1
1
injury
damage.
with his BTM. What's the save on your sleep drug? Is it
Strength
just
check, I think?
make a save or?
Drummer, you said these are the strength 3 ones.
Yeah,
So
strength 3 minus ref side effect, and
Is it half
can't have
ref
babies
then,
anymore.
so it's soporific is minus. So yeah, it's a minus stun save at -3.
Okay, so he has a +1 to this save.
Well, he's also negative reflex because
The ref does nothing for his save. It's not the same thing. He saves. You fire the drug at him. It successfully injects in his arm. He looks down at it and looks to you, and he appears to be not under the effects of your drug.
Well, shit.
Marcus Bishop.
All right. I am going to.
I'm also going to leave the.
Oh, you're getting out of the van. You will.
I'm trying to decide if I want to keep cover of the van. Yeah, I'm gonna have the mobility. I get out of the van.
Okay. Marcus.
Okay, I'm going to yeet a stun grenade over, so that he's in the explosion radius, but others are not.
Okay.
I'm just not sure what skill grenades you use.
athletics.
Heavy weapons.
Oh, you might be right there, actually.
Yeah, I think.
No, I don't think it's heavy weapons, actually.
No, it says weapon ranges this time.
Yeah, it's like how far you throw it is, and the accuracy is based on
Based on
like.
body.
is the save
Body.
versus sleep?
It's listed as a heavy weapon.
I'm just checking the drug
it's a
stuff.
heavy
Is
weapon.
a save versus sleep the same as a save versus stun?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just a save check, but
Mhm.
he specifically has a bonus versus drugs.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's side by side, of course he would. Yeah.
Yeah, grenades are heavy weapons, guys. So,
fumbled it.
my god, that is.
Oh no!
5.
Uh oh.
no.
I think that's
Oh,
something.
no.
Hopefully, it's not shoot yourself in the
Drop
head
your
with
weapon.
a grenade. Oh my god! If it's drop your weapon, that's literally the one thing you absolutely don't want to do
Well,
with a
I mean,
grenade.
you could be you drop it before you pull the pin. It's like the same as drop.
That's
like
not
you
so
dropping a-
fun, though. Come on. All right, reflex 5. Take 1 point of minor damage and make a save versus. Oh no, that's athletics. Combat 5. You drop your weapon. Okay, you know what? It doesn't say weapon discharges for 5, so yes, you literally you pull a grenade and you're like just lands at your feet with the
potato.
pin.
Fucking Star-Lord dropping the nuclear bomb on the floor.
Everyone looks at you. A stun grenade lands on the ground. Anything else you want to do?
Well, look, I mean, I may as well take. I'm going to just take a single aim shot at one of his legs, his left leg.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so it's
Those
going to be
bonuses will cancel out.
Yep. So it's going to be a total of +1 after everything.
Okay.
Fumble
Roll a
again.
d10 real quick.
Roll 20 hates us.
Well, nothing happens. Okay. And he can make a stun -4 check now for the net.
-4.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
stacks
goes
each
up to
thing.
-6. So.
Wow.
Then it's out of power.
No, he's good.
Whew.
Damn it!
I'm gonna get my hands on that and I'm gonna smash it. And that is when the fun will begin. So I only have to do it one more time, right? For the
Yeah,
-6?
so that's right, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
good. Wolfgang, Roth.
He's still entangled, but then it's out of power to
Yes.
strike.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Well, once I'm not being electrocuted, I can just rip the nets off and start beating you all to death.
Yeah.
Wolfgang, things are not going quite to plan. The stun grenade was fumbled. He doesn't seem to be electrocuted. The drugs aren't working. It's almost like you're all just rolling ones constantly.
Mm-hmm.
No plan works.
I was
out
like, this
for me.
will be very short. And James was like, it'll be 3 sessions. And now I'm thinking James was right.
I'm just wondering how encased is his skull?
Actually, Arthur, if he had 1 injury, wouldn't he have had to make a second stun save because I did 1 damage to him?
That's true. That's true. I'll buy that. He's good.
Okay.
Look, if you didn't fail at a -4.
I keep hoping that maybe he's gonna roll the 1.
Yeah, all he needs to do is roll a 1, right? If you just keep making him roll, eventually he'll fail.
Well, if his body's 10, he can't fail.
What's your...
He can if he rolls a 1.
His body is 13.
Yeah, he won't be able to fail.
1 is a failure.
No.
Yes.
If your body is over 10, it doesn't matter. Because basically you need to, in order to fail a body check, if your body is 6, you need to roll higher than a 6.
In the
That's how you
Cyberpunk
fail
system, rolling a 1 is an automatic failure.
Not on a save. So basically, if you roll, so the way that you save on a stun check is whatever your body is, if you roll higher than that. So if he has a 13 body, the only way that it's ever going to knock him out is if he gets a -6 and then he rolls an 8 or a 9 or a 10 on a D10. That is the only way that he can ever possibly get stunned. Unless we do enough damage to him to knock him out. So
Dave,
that's
what is Wolfgang doing?
Well, now that what is it, as I said, what is his head encased in?
He seems to have some form of subdermal armor, perhaps. You didn't see any evidence of that on his arm, but maybe his head does, just like the last one that you saw. Other than that, he's not like visibly wearing any headgear.
All right, I think I have to fucking kick him in the head. And I have to do it while.
Okay, well,
he's,
I mean, just remember, if you
uh,
deal 9 points of damage to his head, it explodes and he dies.
There's a very real possibility that I will
Wolfgang
do
goes,
that.
if he dies, he dies. I was just watching the Rocky 3 trailer today.
I watched through like
I'm Clubber Lang!
it was the.
But
fucking-
there's no way that I can commit him to do stun damage through cybernetics. Like, that's physically impossible because he won't feel any pain. So anything other than his arm and his head, if we damage it, he's not going to fail a stun check because of that. Like, that's just not how it works. So I'm going to kick him in the head, Arthur.
Okay. You will have to make a stun save if you connect.
I'm willing to take that risk in order to put this dude down. So
This listen, if I did instant replay or flashback callbacks, that would be this moment right here.
well, I have a 10 body, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, show me your power.
All right, so I am going to first do my Taekwondo attack. I'm going to do it with a cyber kick, which will give me a bonus.
He will block with capoeira.
He will get a negative because he's pinned, though. And he's stunned.
He's not pinned, he's just immobile. And he has that
immobile.
-4 to reflex.
Yeah. Oh, wait, do I make a primary skill check first, or do I just click the martial art button? I think I just click the martial art
Just click the
button.
martial art button. Yeah.
Did the
Not
side
the martial art
effects of
skill. What you do is you pick the minute.
Yeah, no, I've got cyber kick. Yeah. Mhm.
Do the side effects of a drug work even if the drug doesn't?
No.
Because that would bring his reference or his reflex down another point if it did.
Okay.
So am I getting a bonus here, Arthur, for aiming or anything like that?
If you're aiming, you cancel out his immobility. It's a +4 if he's immobile, and it's a -4 to aim for a body part.
But I also aimed last round as well.
Then you get a +1.
All right, so I'll take that then, because I want to aim. I
So
specifically
you're gonna
want
have
to
to
hit him in the
run
head,
towards him, so you'll have a -3 to begin with. Right? 'Cause
Sure.
you're moving
Okay.
towards
Yeah.
him. Yep.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
you end up with a -2 total.
But I am going to hit him in the head. So
You can certainly attempt to do so. Ooh, with a 15. Ugh. That reflex is really draining him. Yeah, you're probably gonna hit him. Okay. You hit him in the head. His 20 head armor blocks down to 7. You deal 14 points of damage minus his 5 BTM. You explode his head. He dies instantly. Can you make a stun save -4?
It's
Against the net?
-2. It's not sustained. On
Oh,
him.
it's not sustained. All right, make a -2 stun save. This guy had a tragic backstory. There's a possibility you could call upon him for help as a teacher in the future, and you just...
How do I make a -2? Because there's a
when
save
you click
button,
save, it'll ask you for a modifier.
Oh, it does. Cool.
Yes.
Great.
All right, so Wolfgang rushes towards your target, kicks him in the head with his spike heel, and just slices
Not
out
a spike kill. No spike kill. Just kick him.
Okay, well, kick him. How do you deal 27 points of damage without the spike heel? Oh, because it's a cyber leg.
Yeah, and the spike heel
leg,
just makes AP. So it's 27 normal damage. So he takes 7 goes through after his armor.
Yeah.
Then he gets his body type that it's doubled, isn't that?
Wait. Yeah, wait. I didn't know it was AP. Yeah. That might be totally different.
Yeah.
AP is the armor is half, right? God damn it. It's only been a week. I shouldn't forget how to do this.
No, it's not AP. It's normal damage.
Oh, it's not AP.
Yeah,
okay.
he's not using the spike heel.
I'm
Okay.
not using the spike heel.
Then yes, you deal 9 points of damage to him. And
Are we doing head damage before or after BTM? Because we seem to go back and forth every other week.
that's a good question. I think it should probably be after BTM, right? Because
In which case you take 4 damage because it would be -5 for his body of 13.
Okay.
And then that would take. He's got 4.
It's also worth pointing out my intent is to not kick his head off of his
I'll
shoulders.
buy that. Okay, so let me see here. It's 7, 5, 2, 4. All right, so you bring him to a serious stun save. All right, he's stunned now.
Boom.
Yep. Yeah. So BTM, you're right. BTM does apply first, and then the modifiers after that.
Okay, he's stunned for this round. I know. Just be aware that stunning him for 1 round does not stop him.
All right, and I'm basically like, all right, Pascal, put it in his eye. Let's go.
I want to remind you, his eyes were replaced by cyber optics.
Both his eyes are cyber.
Put it in his neck. Or something.
Coltan. Wolfgang runs up, kicks this guy in the head, doesn't shatter this man's skull instantly. But oh no, he became super big for some reason.
That's my ego.
What do you want to do, Coltan? This guy is like,
Is he still being shocked?
Yes.
Yes.
He'll be shocked
Yes.
again at the beginning of the next round.
So can I make a suggestion here quickly? The stun grenades I've got, if we can just like drop one on him and not be in the radius, if it works, they are knocked out for D6 plus 1 minutes,
All right,
which gives
well
us time
then
to actually load him up and disable it.
I'll also back off.
Okay.
Careful
on.
wearer style.
If Bishop makes that known, then I'm not going to run in and try to inject him with the stronger, like the one stronger dose I have in my finger.
I mean, run in, do it, and run out.
Then run out.
If I don't get stunned.
I mean, you can always get moved away by Pascal, so.
It's true.
Relying on Pascal. Yes.
That's never turned out badly.
I'm so glad I got to make that. Glimo didn't feel it was horribly insulting.
It was absolutely fine.
Felt like it was too easy for that layup.
All right, so gonna run in, do my injection on his human arm, which is medical tech or pharmaceuticals.
He's unconscious.
Or
So
torture drugs.
He's not. I mean, he's not unconscious. He's stunned, which are not the same thing.
I guess that's true.
You still get the +4 for him being immobile. It's not, resist drugs torture is not what you're looking for. I would take pharmaceuticals here to inject him.
Find the fat vein, you know.
Since he isn't able to resist via martial arts, you only need to hit a 10, and you have a +4 to this.
+1 because you had to run up.
Yourself. Oh yeah.
So
You have a
3
-4.
minus
No,
four.
+1.
-3, right? Because you ran, and then up +4.
17.
Yep, you get him. You inject him. So what's the save on this?
It's the same drug I gave to Pascal.
Plus -3.
Right. So I have a +1 to it because I have the tailored. Nope.
Hey.
Okay. So
He
what's
also
the...
dies.
No, he
apparently.
doesn't. That's not correct. He's not in death saving throw range. What
Nope,
is
wrong
the
finger. Look out for the cyber arm.
1d10 hours.
one? Okay, roll it. Well, it should be 1d10 plus 1 hours.
Yes, 1d10 plus 1.
And then what's the side effect of this?
Minus
Twitter.
1 reflex
Impotence.
and impotence.
He becomes.
Well, he
There's
doesn't
only
have.
3 things on his body that actually works that are still human.
He does not
Left
have
arm,
junk,
brain,
so
and
that's
testicles.
fine. All right. Sorry. Impotence, which won't matter. And sorry, what were the other ones?
I thought it was minus
minus
5
1.
reflex.
-5 reflex.
No, it's minus 1.
Minus 1.
Jesus. I was gonna say -5 reflex would kill him.
Oh my god, I could just imagine Drumurboy scratching
reflex
himself
at raise
with
of
his
1 point
hand.
per dose for the duration of the dose.
Yeah.
Okay. And was there
So-
another one? Impotence, -1 reflex, and
And sleep.
So I was joking when I said, but is that actually right? Is that actually really in that drug?
What?
Sterility.
sterility.
Yeah.
Is in the drug.
I was joking when I
It's
said
sterility, not impotence.
No.
I like the idea that he has a chest cavity with his own semen in there for later use, but this drug still fucks with it.
It's a
He's got like a little like hose that like goes out.
it's a 3 in 10 chance that you.
Sorry. When you got up this morning after me, so I'm going to run Cyberpunk today. Did you expect to be talking about semen cavities?
No.
Okay.
I never expect to be talking about semen cavities, just to be
It's
clear.
like I'm playing in the game with him. He doesn't expect anything. these
Semen
days, so.
cavities are a warning, not an aspiration.
Wow.
Drummer, roll your d10 plus 1.
It's like a vampire trying to hide his heart. You know, like,
4 hours.
Okay. What is the plan to do with him from there?
We got to get
we
him out.
drag. We
Yeah,
drag
turn off
him back
the
to Duncan.
shocking. Like, pick up the deck gun and turn off the shocking.
Oh, do I need to make a save for hitting with a cyber
Yes,
arm?
you do. It's a -4 or -2. -2. It'll just be funny if you fall over.
I'm gonna fall over because I've only got a body of 4.
Did you?
Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
put him in the van.
Hashtag So Coltan runs up, ejects this guy, and in the process, he's like, ah, gah, 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 gah.
Look out for the cyber arm.
No, we think he's making the joke from Jurassic Park. Where he's like, but he's actually on fire. Did you have an afro before? Well, you do now.
Yeah, I do. My hair is probably going crazy because it's style like cyber hair.
Flawless victory.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good, boys. All right, let's pack him up. I've got a body of 10. I do believe someone else has a body of 10 as well.
I
We can
also
pick
have,
dude up.
I've got a body of 9.
Everybody
All
will
right,
let
this guy weighs easily in excess of 500 pounds, but you haul him into the back of the U-Haul.
I've got a body of stunned right now.
I mean, by the time they get him in the back of the U-Haul, you're awake.
You're in the passenger seat.
So,
So
can
I'll
I
drive.
just ask, as a sidebar, in this system, how could you actually knock someone unconscious other than killing them? Given that stun only works until for a round until they keep testing until they come out of it. Like how could you actually punch someone's lights out in this system?
I don't know. I don't think it's meant to do that.
Okay.
I mean, there is ways to do it, but you have to like it's kind of. I've always ruled it as like a coup de grace. You just sort of choose to do it non-lethally. You know, like
Yeah. Okay.
when someone's stunned, you can like do the Hollywood knockout punch or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because it's
that's
funny
how
in the
I've
book it
always
says
done
if you fail a stun check, you're out of the combat, and the next sentence is literally you can make another stun test each turn to wake up.
Well, no, it's not so much wake up. It's like reeling on the ground from pain or like screaming about a lost finger or something like that, right? Like that's what it means. It's not so much unconscious. It's like, yeah. Also, if, for example, one of the things you can do is like, you can kill someone and then stabilize them, sort of, if that makes sense as well. Like you can, it's a weird micro gray area. So I've always just ruled it as just like if you want to knock someone out, either have specialized equipment or after they're stunned, you can coup de grace them. That's how I've always done it. So
Okay, so are you further securing this individual in any way? Other than just
well, we
laying him in the back?
have Drumurboy. He can maybe attempt to like turn off the cyberware somehow or something.
We've got ropes.
Okay. I just,
that's
Well,
gonna
he's
stop
he's
it.
out
ropes
for
are not
four,
going to hold somebody with 13
No.
bodies.
he's
Okay.
out for 4 hours, and we also have one more dose of
Okay.
super.
I just didn't know if
Sleep.
you guys were using any of the security objects. It sounds like you're not. Coltan, did you prepare a surgical theater to operate on this man, or are you just going to take him to Dante?
I figured we were just taking him back.
Okay.
I'm going to stay in the back with him, along with Coltan, I would assume, in case he wakes up that we can try to put him down again. Also, while we're back there, can I make a cyber check roll to try to figure out if there's anything that could be lethal to us?
Yes.
Or
let me start by asking
Transmitting
who's driving the
location, maybe?
vehicle away from here.
Yo,
All right. I
I
need
am.
you to make a drive check.
absolutely. This is what I was built for.
I don't think you were made to do a drive check specifically.
I'll
but...
put 2 luck into this.
Okay.
So,
That sounds like a man as well.
24.
Nope. Okay, you're good.
Even if this thing didn't have an engine, Wolfgang's cyber legs can just like stun us home,
It's like a Flintstone
like down the floor.
I mean, my cyber legs. Like, by the way, you don't know how I managed to kick this dude so fucking hard. Like, all you saw was basically like a man in a suit just like fucking roundhouse kick this dude in the face, and he went unconscious basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Colton would probably ask you, like, "Is your leg okay? That looked like it hurt."
I have still. Don't worry, it's fine. I have really strong shoes.
I guess that would imply Bishop and Pascal are in the back of the U-Haul with this guy. It's not a pleasant ride. I mean, there's no place to strap in or sit down, and there's like a 500-pound cyber monster on the ground in front of you.
Well, they have. I'm assuming those straps that come with U-Hauls.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that still means you're standing
cords.
every time you take a turn. You're like, ah.
It's like being on a subway. Yeah.
I've just been stunned.
Oh,
like,
Zonwar's
to the-
writing a fan art where Bishop loses his grip and wall slams Pascal up against the wall and their faces nearly touch. Pascal, because he's got a higher humanity score, blushes slightly.
It's going to be called
And
bonded.
and then the cybernetic guy wakes up and gives us the history of homosexual relationships. Wow.
Did you miss the part before Drummer where I suggested that our boat ride was called the Bones and Biscuit Show?
Oh yeah. Well, I saw it briefly in chat, but it was far gone. That's good though.
Let's talk about when
Cyber
you
tech.
arrive at Dante.
Can I do my cyber
Oh,
check?
yeah. Let's talk about the cyber tech roll. Please do.
Maybe.
Okay,
15.
I'm going to give you some of the basic cyber techs. You're not going to get anywhere near everything he's got. The one that alarms you the most is that he's got a radio link, which means that
he's low jacked.
he's low jacked. He's got, just from what you can immediately term, he's got interface plugs. He has 3 chipware slots for 10 chips each. A skin watch, a biomonitor. It looks like he has a built-in cyber modem. Yeah, that radio link is probably the big one. His cyber optics have infrared, digital camera, thermographic sensor, low light, targeting scope, image enhancement, micro optics, and anti-dazzle.
Ooh, that would have been. The stun grenade would have been very ineffective against him then. I guess.
It's not a flashbang. It's a stun grenade. It's different. I bought both. But yeah, so you're right. It would have been. The flashbang wouldn't have been anywhere near as effective, but the stun grenade still works well.
What is the stun grenade exactly? Is it like electricity? Like what is it?
It's like an explosive charge. So it's more about the compression wave than it is about the noise and light.
So
Makes
the
sense.
one that interests you, Pascal, is that he has a whole suite of survival cyberware, like things that enable him to not breathe and not be affected by drugs. And he's got a suite of detectors for like chemical analysis, emission waves around him, kind of what you would expect for like an ultimate survival security guard.
Okay.
But yeah, he's definitely almost 100% trackable via this radio link. Just because he's unconscious doesn't mean that it's not still transmitting.
Is there anything that I can do short of cutting it out of him to shut that off?
If you have a scrambler, you could block the signal.
I have a scrambler.
Okay,
Oh, you mean
I
like a physical, like a hardware scrambler?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a cyberware scrambler, like an actual tech scrambler.
90% sure I do not have one of those, but I'm going to check my
Activating
character
one of
sheet.
those in a major city would be a very serious crime.
Yeah, no, I've got a tech scanner, tech toolkit, B&E tools. Yeah, no, I don't have.
You're not a tech, so I wouldn't allow you to jury
Rig
one.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Maybe we should call ahead and have them prepare some sort of Faraday cage for this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely let the team know, and
scramble
that we
box
should
ready.
we should tell Dante that we're coming in hot, and he.
Or if he wants us to where he wants us to
where we're taking him, so if he wants to divert us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dave, just quickly, these stun grenades actually do, if they land on you, 66 damage ignoring armor.
Shit.
Holy fuck! I gotta get me some of those. Would you say heavy weapons? All right, I'm putting all my stuff into that shit going forward. Good God! Wait, I can get 2 levels of heavy weapon right now. Wouldn't be so bad.
In the meantime, he's still got like his one arm is completely flesh.
Yes. The one that you jab with your chemicals.
Can I get fingerprints off of him? I don't have to be able to read them. I just need to like ink and fingerprint.
Yep.
Figure out who this guy was.
Are you do you have some access to a database that would get you that information?
No, but I assume I'll find out. I just need like the actual.
LexisNexis.
Yeah, I'd have you make a library search check to see if you can.
Yeah, I do have a library search
Great.
skill.
Let's do it.
You need a data term though, right?
Yeah.
You won't be able to do it right now.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have a cyber modem or anything, so yeah, you're gonna have to do it when you're.
Well, Marcus is in the back with us. He can look it up with his cop thing, can he?
You know, the cop thing is only for bounties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's not like a live link either. I just download information about people that are wanted, that sort of stuff. And
Okay.
I just
Just
want
like Nero the Blade, walking
just want
around with his list of bounties.
I just want some bio information of
Okay,
who this
yeah,
guy
you
was.
can certainly. He's got a bio monitor and a skin watch, so yeah, you can like read all of his bio information and. Just
But
be
I
like,
mean, like the person who this was.
yeah, you if you get to a thing, it won't be difficult to determine who this is based on fingerprints and other analysis. Okay. When you arrive, Dante has you go to a separate location because you've told him that this guy's hot. Dante's people like enable a highly illegal scrambler, and they begin prepping a surgical theater for Dr. Coltan Bonez to operate on this guy, and basically like chop his head open and see if he has a Project Voodoo link, and if so, they're going to want you to disable it without destroying it. So this is where we switch dramas from like comedy action show to like gritty Grey's Anatomy.
I'm gonna need them to hold him for a few days then, because I need my cyber tech up.
Can I assist him on the cyber side if he does the medical side? I have 4 ranks in cyber tech.
Yep, you can assist as surgical assistant then. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So Dante is here personally, but he has someone take you guys aside and see what you said in this guy's presence. And when do you mention that when you called Dante, you said his name in the process, and thus perhaps that information has been transmitted?
Well, I mean, if any calls were made, do you have the phone thing with the low frequencies vocalizer?
I don't. My plan was just to tell you this, that because you're our new contact to Dante. Okay. I wasn't calling Dante directly. Then
I would have done that, and I have a scrambler and all that shit. So
a scrambler will prevent anyone from picking that up. But if this guy
going off what this thing hears, what this guy hears.
Yeah. But it also does the low frequency talking thing. So
okay, all right, yeah, then you're good. All right, so Dante's not pissed, and You haven't accidentally given away that this guy was smuggled to Dante specifically. Gonna delete that so that that clock for Euro Business Machine retaliation does not immediately spike to 100%. Yeah, Dante is just like, where did you get this? Is this a vehicle that I'm looking at? Is this someone's home on wheels? Very well. Give me the rental company information. I'm going to have my people destroy this floating palace of evidence.
All right. So we hand it over as
Give him the fake ID. We rented it under. And...
Yeah, I mean, he basically just like tosses the fake ID in a trash can and like tosses a lighter in there with it.
Dante Fierro like bends his elbow. A jet comes out with his just basically like gasoline. It just pours it all over the thing, and then the other one comes out. It's a flamethrower.
Yeah, like one of his random security goons takes the car, and you know it's destined for a chop shop where it'll never be heard from again. You have a series of nurses and techs who are preparing you for surgery. Is there anything specifically you need? You know, any special rituals, some special iconography, or maybe a specific music over the radio for your extremely tenuous cyber cranial surgery you're about to perform?
No, I just got like my my Walkman with my calm down tape and earbud in one ear.
Just got that Drumurboy lo-fi beats on it.
No, it's the thing.
Oh right, yeah, it's your not toy, but it's the thing you carried from childhood. Yeah, wow, what a callback.
Yeah, what is it called?
You don't do like the Doctor Strange musical quiz while you're operating?
Cover your watch.
What the fuck is it called? I had it somewhere.
Oh, the Walkman from your character sheet. Yeah. I remember.
Let's see here. I've got it.
A recording.
Spanish guitar player Paco de El Dicia.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time to make this roll. This is a tiered roll. You need to hit a 20 on Tech Medical. And if you get higher, it will make Pascal's roll easier.
Roll high because I'm out of luck.
I'm out of luck too. I used it all in my education thinking that would maybe give us some time.
Yeah.
Jesus, let's go. Do I get any bonuses for the callback to my recording?
I'll give you a +1.
Fuck yeah.
Watch that be the exact number you need.
What's he trying to hit?
A 20. Oh no!
Fumble.
Oh no! He just bombed the most important surgery of his life. Roll another D10,
I like the
please.
idea that you open his cranium and it's just like, joke's on you, bitch.
The predator noise starts playing.
You operate on your own brain instead by mistake.
No.
You can't. You just can't get this skull open in a way that is safe for you. Like you're just like, oh my god, this is a mess. Like there's wires everywhere. Everything is bolted together. You just can't get at the thing that you need on the inside.
Is there another roll I can make here?
Pascal can make a much more difficult cyberware roll. Cybertech roll.
Okay.
Okay, Pascal. The difficulty is now 23.
2 fumbles in a row. Let's go.
Let's go!
Do I get any bonuses?
No, it was originally a 20, but now it's a 23. You have a penalty.
I didn't think so, but
Do you have a childhood recording of Paco del Dicia that you're listening to?
I don't, but I've got I've got my tech scanner for doing things like this.
I'll give you a +2 for the tech scanner, just for pity's sake.
Perhaps locating where it was before you cut open his skull might have been
Oh
a good
my
idea.
god, he's
So-
one short.
Missed by one.
Oh god. You're looking for this thing and you have no idea where it is. You're just like, there's so much cyberware packed in this guy's head. And at some point, Dante is just like, That's it. It's been 6 hours. We're done with this. Close it back up. I'll have my people take a look at it. Well, you got halfway there.
You found the brain.
Mr. Jaden, you appear to have failed your team once again. Oh, no comeback.
I'm sorry, Dante.
Well, you're one of the few
Come up
people.
to the high rise with me.
Have you ever seen the 55th floor of my building?
Have you seen the first floor from the 55th floor?
What about the 54th to the first in 2 seconds?
Gentlemen, you got me what I needed, and you appear to have done it without causing too much trouble. However, I was hoping for a little bit more on the back end of this job. I'm going to have to get some very serious medical professionals involved.
I'll hold up the fingerprints I took from him.
Okay.
If this helps at all, this is who he was.
So he says, I don't really care, but if you'd like to run it, you can use our resources.
Well, if we know where he came from, maybe we know where the others came from too.
Not a bad thought. Would you like to track that down yourself?
Sure.
I like people who take initiative. Mr. Bonez. I will see to it that you all get your paychecks at the end of the month, and another job will be ready for you in a week or two. Gentlemen, I have a warehouse to explode. You could please vacate the premises as soon as possible. And you can see that there are techs that are like planting C6 charges at the corners of the warehouse and in all the load-bearing...
Planting one on the guy's skull, just...
No, he's being taken away to be operated on elsewhere. And they've actually attached like security binders to him, so he can't just like wake up and be like, "Ah, Frankenstein." Coltan.
All in all, that was good effort, boys.
You don't have to make a roll if you want to use the resources of Dante's corporation. You can just find this guy's information pretty easily.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So you head back to the offices of Purgatory Unlimited, and using his worldwide network of information, you track down this man. He is a high school teacher by the name of Mr. Alphonse Gore. He graduated with a master's in education from New York University.
Multiplex University.
Nope, it's just New York University. It's not Cambridge Multiplex Ultraversity. He was generally considered to be a very compassionate teacher, kind of not like Edward James Olmos movie level, but probably the person that one was based off of. They were a high school teacher of anthropology. They could speak 5 languages and were proficient in self-defense. They were well thought of by their comrades, and they died about 2 years ago. According to the official records, they were hit by a truck in a pesticide truck-bearing accident, and Euro Business Machines paid the family out for the accident. It was a sizable sum for the death of a human, but for Euro Business Machines, it was but a blink of an eye.
Motherfucker got isekai'd.
Can I look up like specific date of death?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago on July 11th. So that would be 2019.
What's his name?
Mr. Alphonse Gore.
I've got it in the Google Doc.
Okay.
The two of you noted that on his cyberware, he's listed as being model number 0-03EBM. I'll put that down for you. On his internal skullware. Any other questions or anything that you guys want to do immediately?
I want to cross-reference that date with other accidents involving
Suspicious accidents in that same general location. of Redline City or like worldwide? Because there's going to be a very tiered.
He died in Redline.
Yes.
Okay, just Redline then.
Okay.
Is this a library search?
It will. This will actually be a library search because that kind of data isn't something that they collect, like random people getting hit by cars.
Yeah.
Can I assist with this at all?
Are you are getting involved in the search then? The two of you are spending some time in your private offices.
If you want to help Wolfgang, I'm down for it because I've only got a 1 library search.
Yeah, I got a 5 library search, so yeah, I mean I can definitely help. To the best of my ability. Yeah.
I will give you a +2 with Wolfgang helping because he's so good.
Any chance I can throw in with the police chip?
Yes, I'll give another +1 off of that. I love the idea that originally I was just thinking it was him like sitting over an office, and then like the scene like turns around, the camera comes back, and Wolfgang's looking over your shoulder, turn around, come back. It's Bishop walking in with like coffees for everybody. Yeah. Pascal, you want to assist in any
as the
way?
sun comes up in time lapse
library search if I can assist.
Okay, I'll give you another +1 for that. So now you're up to +5.
Yeah, rolls
So,
natural 1.
as we're doing this, I'm just like, by the way, gentlemen, do you all have reasonable clothing?
What's wrong with what I've got right now?
Oh, it's not really something you wear to dinner, for example.
I mean, you and I had dinner, and I was wearing this same jacket.
Well, I mean, there's dinner, and then there's dinner. You know?
You go to dinner? I just eat dinner.
I've got something if I go to dinner.
All right, let me rephrase this. If I was to
not
invite,
meat sweatsuit, Pascal.
if I was to invite all
That's
of
a
you
callback to the Discord.
if I was to invite all of you to my home for dinner, my partner will cook a lovely meal, and it will be a great way for you guys to, you know, get to know the new guy. Would that be something you're interested in?
Yeah, just tell us the dress code, and we'll dress appropriately.
The dress code is something
Kilts?
you wouldn't wear into combat.
Tartans, plaid shirts, denim jackets.
Anything that doesn't like you're not trying to hide anything, just normal casual wear that's appropriate.
Please don't tell my partner that you're all crazy psychopaths that dress like street people. And
Excuse me, I'm a
kibble.
doctor. As I cross-reference Death Notes.
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
He says wiping like human blood on his like coat. He's like, I'm a doctor, damn it.
Yeah.
So you don't find any on the particular date of July 11th, but there are several accidents before and after that day, totaling up to 5 along that week, where Euro business machines, vehicles, or personnel accidentally killed or were involved in the wrongful death of highly empathetic, well-liked individuals.
Highly empathetic is kind of an interesting.
I want to remind you
footnote.
that when you were talking to the guards that were picking people up at the Zetatech warehouse, they were asking people questions to determine their level of empathy.
So they're seeing how far they can push the whole cyber upgrading thing.
Probably why it didn't work with the homeless people.
It also explains a question Arthur asked me during the week.
No, that was for the Patreon group.
Okay, all right.
They wanted one of their members like took a Mash Nather's level of dive on cyberware and would like to not horribly act like a zombie for the rest of his life.
Time and money, that's all it takes.
I mean, or innkeeper room if it's during character creation.
Roll better. That's how you become good.
Yeah. One of my legs is worth 3 empathy. The other one is worth 8 empathy. So
I'll Zoom call chat you my notes so far, Pascal.
Okay. That matches what I've got in our group notes.
Cool. All right. Well, we have.
Which is in the pins in the Discord if you guys don't remember.
Nice. I guess
Pascal?
we have. Do we have names on these suspicious deaths?
Yes. I don't have specific names for you, but if you would like me to generate random names for some reason,
Yeah,
we will
I'll
have them.
just generate names just to give Dante a heads up.
Now, gentlemen, I also want to point this out. We're paid to do tasks. We are not paid to endanger whatever dealings Dante Fierro has going on. It behooves us to find this information, but it is not within our purview to make executive decisions as to finding these individuals and finding out their fate at this company.
For some
No,
reason, I feel
no.
like you're looking at Pascal when you say that.
Please do not dig too deep, and please do not bring attention to any of the current deals that Dante has set up in order to find information. He's much more reliable, and he understands the level that he needs to be at. If we go over that top and blow his cover, this whole operation could fall to the wayside. So it is good to search and the information that we have, connect the dots, but this is not something that we should be sneaking into complexes to find information for.
No, I'm giving this information to Dante. He can do with it what he wishes.
Okay. Bishop, Roth, the two of you have a invitation for tonight at 6 p.m. sharp. Dante would like to, it's optional, but he would like to talk to you about a private extra job on top of your work for him that the group would undertake with your recommendation.
Okay. I mean, I'm
Okay.
willing to
However,
hear that.
he does list that the danger, it could be quite serious and quite lethal. So if you show up, it's basically like nodding, like, yes, we're ready to do this.
Yep.
What's the line from Avengers? A higher form of war?
Sure.
Pascal, you have
Yes.
another message waiting for you indicating that your whole network is blowing up. This young woman from out of state is looking for you, and she is starting to drop some serious chunks of Eurobucks to find you.
Interesting.
You have a baby mama we're not aware of.
Do any of my contacts? What has she told my network as to why she wants to find me?
She has not said it at all. When they ask, she simply says that she needs to speak with you directly.
Hey, Pascal,
How about-
I could act like a.
Can they describe her to me?
Yes, they can. Marcus, can you please describe your younger sister for us?
Oh,
Yep.
no.
So I'd say probably clearly like familiarly related. So
Right, but you've had body modification.
that is true. Yeah.
Yes.
Although that's true. So probably European style stock originally. So more fairer skin, blonder hair. I'd guess like so it's because which is the major corporation in Night Cities? Arasaka is the major corporation.
Yes, and that's the one that you escaped from.
Yeah, so probably that sort of style of corporate wear, so that sort of Japanese influenced corporate attire. So like the collarless jackets, dark colors, probably not overly cybernetically enhanced, or at least no overt cybernetic enhancement. Yeah, probably I'm guessing like mid-level executive look, mid-level Arasaka executive look.
So kind of like what Wolfgang looks like then a little bit, I would say.
Are you? So let me
know-
double check. Are you asking your people for a description of her?
Yes.
Okay. She looks as Bishop described, but her clothing is not visible because she's wearing a parka that says "I love Redline City."
Incognito.
I mean, if she doesn't know what you look like, Pascal, I could act like a cold bastard for a little bit.
So if
So remember, out of character, you don't
No, I
know this
Yes.
information.
Yes.
You've been ducking her for a little while.
I have been ducking her, but if she's starting to make the proper bribes in my network,
she's undergone the correct rituals to summon Cthulhu.
That would exactly.
She knows not what she does, but she says the words correctly.
Exactly. Then Pascal would at least set a meeting.
Okay. When is that meeting? Later today, tonight, tomorrow?
I would set it for. I would set it for tomorrow at a Dread Gazebo in a busy part of town.
Okay. All right. Coltan, is there anything you do for the rest of the day?
I also am super suspicious about what happened with my credit chip and would probably spend €20 to get a new credit chip.
Okay. The next time you use that new credit chip, your bank declines it the first time, but it works the second time.
Is there anything that I can do to try to find out what's going on?
You want to talk to somebody from your bank?
Yes.
Sure. Make a persuasion and fast talk.
I reckon it's that hacker boy, the one that you pissed off.
Oh, I do
you
too.
like making a lot of
He was a hacker boy. He said, "See you on Slacker, boy."
That's my song. Cut it out.
You talk to bank customer service for about 4 hours before you give up. Your patience has reached an end. They keep telling you that there are no problems on their end, and that it must be you're using it improperly or you damaged the chip.
User error.
Yep.
Have you turned it on and off again, sir?
That's not how chips work, but sure.
Just put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. It's fine.
At one point, you get forwarded to HR, and then they forward you to tech, like IT. I was like, "So, do you even work at this bank?" It's like, "No."
Cool, Todd. Were you doing anything for the rest of the day after your slightly disappointing kidnapping and unethical brain surgery?
I'm just gonna go back to my fucking lunch meat and try to make it sentient.
Well, hey, look, the first test of your new sleepy time drug was excellent.
It's true, but I need to be better at cybertech, apparently.
It's true. And yeah, the more time you do that, tomorrow you'll have a +2.
I will name you Muerte.
Death? You were going to name it Death.
Yeah. Muertadela. There we go. There it is.
Mortadella meat.
Wolfgang, Marcus, you are essentially invited to a 55th floor rooftop dinner with Dante. There's like conveniently placed like transparaplex walls to prevent the wind from overrunning the location, but it actually looks amazing up here from the top of a skyscraper and the upper deck of Redline City. There's red wine and like Italian everywhere. Any Italian dish that I could list in the next 10 seconds is on the table with some
So
amazing.
as we're going up the elevator, I turned to Bishop. I was like, "Do you need a refresher on table manners?"
I'll actually turn up in a suit as well.
There it is.
Yeah.
You
Do I
get
a
like an
kickback from any of the
appreciative.
bribes that Bishop's sister was throwing around.
Listen, are you shaking down your contacts for those bribes? Like you want a piece of it?
I mean, if they're,
All right.
if she's putting down bribes to get in touch with me,
She
then
is,
I feel
she
like
is.
some of that gets kicked back
All
upstairs
right.
to me.
You get €600.
Nice. Thank
You roll a 12 on wardrobe and style. It's not so good. Like you have a suit, but it's clearly American.
Yeah, it's probably more a case of it's like a suit I pulled out from before I got
Oh,
buffed
it's
up.
a little dusty.
Yeah.
It's
and it's tight, you know. So.
Yeah, it could use a little bit of dry cleaning and some tailoring.
Wolfgang has the exact same suit on, but it's like just a different. But it's a different color, because his suit actually changes colors. So
I love
it's
the
like-
idea that Wolfgang and Marcus look like the Mario Brothers.
I don't mean I have his suit on, Arthur. God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Dante, opens with some small talk, and then he says, Before we had to dismiss the unfortunate Mr. Nathers, I was going to ask him to lead a project for your team. Mr. Roth, you appear to be adequate. And Mr. Bishop, what I'm asking will be extremely dangerous. A few years ago, he would say a few months ago, one of my associates, a very proficient net runner, was attempting to free the Eastern Coast matrix from the tyrannical grip of the internet phone company, and unfortunately he was cyber executed by them. Actually, this building is named after him. Now, while he helped me build a considerable net running empire in my South American holdings, I find the grip that the internet phone company has on this continent, and indeed on every continent, to be far more than any brilliant industrialist and entrepreneur like myself can handle. They are, simply put, the largest corporation in the world. Everyone pays their phone bill. My plan will be to start taking jabs at them. This will be a stealth operation. If your identities are discovered at any moment, you and your entire families will be at risk. My corporation could also be at risk, and indeed my entire empire. So I just need to know that you're ready for a kind of low heat, low recognition stealth operation where the consequences are high, but the rewards, well, are great. I can understand if this is too rich for you.
Is there any sort of what's the word I'm looking for here? It's a pen. Is it pension? It's a pension.
Penchant. It's French.
Pension for like death or family or whatever.
Oh, pension. I thought you were talking about push. I thought you were like okay, a pension.
No, he's talking about a tendency for.
Oh yeah, what's a penchant? Yeah.
Yeah. You are asking, will the internet phone company definitely come after you? Yes. They may not be a mega corporation.
I'm asking, if we die in this, are you going to be looking after family members and such?
That is a difficult question. Certainly it can be part of the negotiations on the table. Is that something you would like?
Very much so.
Send me, as part of the contract, the individuals you would like to have covered, and I'll take a look at it.
All right.
Now, I should be clear. Obviously, this contract is not going to be written tonight, and these jobs are not ones that will come often, but it will probably be years in the making. One does not defeat the internet phone company overnight, after all.
Are you looking to slice out a area where you won't be under the influence, or are you looking to take down the entire corporation?
The internet phone company's reach in South America is basically non-existent at this point. I wish I could take full credit for it, but it's mostly been that way since the beginning of time. And, well, my netrunner, my primary netrunner and his associates in his stead have kept it that way. South America is a bastion of free thought and free net running. That's just the way we like it. I would like the eastern coast of America to be somewhat the same. Indeed, at some point, perhaps the entire world would be better off freer. And in the end, if I might say so, control of the entire internet underneath the unified Purgatorio Empire doesn't sound too bad to me.
Are you thinking about making some sort of forced merger with smaller companies that they are merged with, or is this espionage?
What do you know about Ma Bell?
I have a stock market. Is there anything I can use?
Yeah, that would be a very interesting role here.
It's a Canadian telecom service.
All right. This is nearing the end. I'm gonna use 3 luck on this.
Okay. I can't stop you. That's a solid use of luck, even if it makes me go Mah. Oh boy, what's stock market based off of?
Intelligence.
Int.
Oh,
I
good.
wanna say.
Please make a D10 roll. You could end up looking like an idiot.
This is the worst luck we've ever had.
6.
You don't know what's going on, and you don't have any clue on how to do anything. Make a persuasion fast talk at -2, so that no one notices how dumb you are. Okay, so you need to beat a 15 on a -2, which should probably be, oh my god. All right, so you just start babbling stuff, and Bishop and Dante look at you. Obvious that you clearly have no idea what you're talking about. Bishop, do you have anything you want to jump in here with as Wolfgang kind of winds down?
No, I'm pretty sure. I mean, other than education, I think I have a way of knowing what this thing is. So
Okay. Yeah.
It's 7 fumbles this session, by the way.
That's a D10. It's a very swingy system, so yeah.
So Dante tells you about the Bell Telephone Company and what would later become AT&T, and how in the 1970s, the United States government thought that they were too much of a monopoly and broke them up into, I think, 7 different companies, essentially shattering their hold on telecommunications in America, and that would go on to become a sort of landmark legislation used in other countries to prevent any one company from controlling everything. And that Dante outlines a plan where he would like to see the internet phone company made weak enough that other mega corporations might smell blood and they could break it up and divide it into parts where Dante gets more than everybody else. So he wants to drive enough of a wedge somewhere that everyone else will notice. And then say, hey, I think we can take a piece of this pie. You want some?
So Wolfgang is just nodding. Does he have like? I mean, so this is Dave speaking, but Wolfgang has done experience with espionage stuff in the past, and generally that sort of means like stuff gets done on the low, but then when it comes to the public, like and sort of the stock exchange, like repercussions of such events, like
I mean,
what normally
this event
like,
would be world shattering. It could.
Or not so much what the repercussions would be, but what sort of back end actions would need to be taken place in order to have repercussions of that nature.
A whole lot. I mean,
okay.
like Dante said, it's probably this contract he's talking about will be years in nature.
Well, Dante, you know my situation.
Yes.
If there's anything that I can do to make
well, just
this
remember,
a reality for you,
Mr. Roth, it's not just about you. I need your whole team, and I need to know that the 2 of you can vouch for their capability in this manner. I'm worried about one of them in particular.
I think we might be thinking of the same person. He's very eager to make deals, and that's not something that is wholly appropriate for when you want to go incognito.
Is he loyal and is he competent?
In terms of what he's capable of doing, I've only seen him do good things, but I haven't seen him for very long.
I think Dante laughs over a glass of wine and says, good things. Can you define specifically what that is? I mean, they say that I do good things when I donate to charity and help children and such, but for me, it's just a means to an end.
Replace the word good with competent.
Ah, I understand. Well, you must see a side of him that I don't.
Well, I mean, his work in apprehending the individual of our last crusade was very much a team effort that everyone played a valiant role in. Myself and Bishop, obviously, up the front, and the 2 in the back were capable of injecting this individual with toxins that they came up with themselves. Without that, we would have been in a very different situation.
I see. That wasn't in any report that I had seen. Mr. Bishop, what are your thoughts on this regard?
I don't have an issue with what we're talking about here. I don't really have a lot of background ties. So what I'm doing for myself, and I'd rather ensure that the rest of these guys don't get killed in the process.
Very well. Send me any additional contract information you and your team will need to ensure your safety. I can assure you that the jobs that you carry out for me for this private concern would be lucrative to make up for their extreme danger. Please enjoy the rest of your meal. I have to go throw someone off a balcony.
Good joke, Dante.
So Dante stands up and walks away, and an
Pascal was
aide
never
walks
heard
up to
from
him and
again.
says, "He's waiting in your office, sir."
Already tied to the sacrificial chair.
Cut to J.C. Denton.
Don't worry. JC Denton is still on my list of NPCs who will make a comeback. I'm gonna go. Everybody gets 5 IP for completing a arc. Look at that. We didn't even need 3 episodes to get this done. I'm listing people's XP in chat. Coltan, I think, gets more than everybody else because he rolled a lot of skills.
Yeah, he's a bit of a skill whore these days.
He doesn't get Cybertech, although, oddly, because he was using a chip version, so...
Photography?
Yeah, I gave you photography. You rolled for it, right? You rolled it via tech. This was for taking the pictures at the very beginning. Yep.
It's just cut by a line.
Yes.
Okay.
Education.
Yeah.
Education.
AP, you
Yeah,
didn't have my electronic security?
Give yourself 3 for both of those because you succeeded at them.
Did I make only 3 rolls?
Heavy weapons for the grenade, Arthur.
Take 2 for that because I know you fumbled that.
And I think there's one thing I was going to ask.
I did stealth as well, James.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I
we both
forgot
did
stealth.
stealth.
So take 3 for that as well because you both succeeded, but not like over them.
What do you mean? We got over 20s.
Oh yeah, and combat sense for the combat.
You didn't roll combat sense though, right? You use it to enhance other rolls.
You never roll combat sense on its own. It adds to initiative.
Yeah. So it's the same thing with me as well. Like, there's no way for us to increase it because we don't roll it.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
I'll buy that. Go ahead and take 3.
Woohoo.
All right, James, you're up first because
I didn't say that, but that's disgusting.
I have to bounce. I'm not.
I thought you have to leave immediately after the show. All right, my bad.
No, that happens sometimes, but not today.
Okay, well, let's have you go first anyway because I said it.
Okay, no worries. I am James of the Grimdark podcast, shortly the Dice Mechanics podcast. I even got one of my friends who's an artist to work on a logo for us, working on our first show, our trial show. Otherwise, you can catch me back here on Saturday for Rogue Trader. Next week, yes, for Cyberpunk. We're definitely on, you were saying before, on Wednesday next week.
Yes, we're up for Cyberpunk, yep.
That's right. Otherwise, on Arthur's Discord, hanging around, working my way through the battles of Solaris Knights before they get released to the general public.
Well, let me ask. I haven't heard any feedback from you on those. Do you actually enjoy them? We were talking about that today during the match. I was like, James hasn't said anything. I don't know if he likes them.
To be honest, I only just finished the first battle last night. I got tied up
with Glimo. Yeah, how did you like that one?
Yeah, no, so
give live feedback to Glimo right here. Give it to him. Am I still doing it wrong? There we go.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. My suggestion overall for the show would be more custom mechs rather than going for default designs of existing mechs, because that's what Solaris is all about. Solaris is all about custom built, monstrosities as such. So especially you don't need mechs that carry 15 rounds worth of ammunition in them, but a lot of people take half loads of ammunition to make room for other gear. So But I think that's not a stylistic thing. I like your format. I particularly like that animated background and transition set you got as well. So,
yeah, thank
that
you.
was pretty cool. Yeah.
I worked very hard at buying that on Nerd or Die.
I was going to say you made that from scratch, yeah.
No, but I did make the custom adverts. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, well,
they're
it's
killing
funny
me.
because
They're killing me doing them.
I've got all my custom ads I did for my own BattleTech campaign. I was thinking I was trying to work out which of them would actually like work for Oath of Endosteel, because a lot of them had stuff that was particular to the players in my campaign, you know. But that's why I was thinking I should send you something, especially the ones where I do a bad American accent. Yeah, that's it for me. No, look, I enjoyed watching what I've seen so far of Slayer's Knights. So I think
hear that, Glimo? James likes what you did.
I appreciate that.
That ending was fucking insane.
It was.
People tell me I did the ammo explosion wrong, but still, it worked out great.
I got to be honest though, because I was watching the end of that battle like last night after midnight, and I actually fell asleep in the last 5 minutes of the show and realized I woke up when it was like in the YouTube, what video do I watch next type thing. I had to go back and watch it again. So that wasn't to do with the content. That was to do with the fact that I've been getting not a lot of sleep recently. Because I knew I had to fire someone today.
APGamingREAL, putting James to sleep.
Before you do anything else, James, sorry, Arthur, did you say that we're getting paid as well? Or like,
yeah, at the end of the month, you will be paid your monthly.
And what's the date in the game right now?
27th, March 27th.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I definitely want to do a session where we go to dinner with Wolfgang and his life partner.
And you also have tickets to an airship ball on the 27th if you want to use them.
And when's my new big gun coming in?
Well, you need to finish paying them, but you don't know when.
Okay.
Several months.
It's not going to be that long. That's not how long it takes to custom grip a gun.
Basically, you kickstarted a gun.
No, that's not how that works. They're just modifying a grip. Jesus, they're not machine printing a gun.
They gotta do a lot of them. You know, like they have to.
They have a retired United States Marine Corps commandant who is personally machining them by hand with an autoclave.
If you missed the AP, by the way, I actually ended up kickstarting that thing you sent out in.
Oh, Thirsty Sword Lesbians? I did too.
Right, yeah.
After mentioning it ironically, I decided I was just gonna go ahead and do it.
Well, I like the fact that the top level they provide 4 copies to Itch.io, where people who can't afford it can access as well. So I like that idea of getting games out. Like I'm a big believer in supporting, even if I never play the game. Like literally, my copy of.
Evil Hat, who is the ones running the Kickstarter, do good work. Yeah. Yeah,
my copy of the Jane Austen RPG is still in its plastic wrap. It was just a game done by 2 Aussie girls, so I felt I had to go and support them actually, in producing that content. So I like getting behind indie studios, especially if they've got those cool things like about getting content to people that can't afford it by having people that can afford it pay for more content.
Works for me.
Yeah.
You got anything else going on, James?
No, that's it.
Pascal, aka Glimo, aka Hunter McGregor. What do you got?
Not a whole lot. This was fun. Pascal is apparently becoming the fuck up in Dante's eyes, so I'm not sure how much longer it's gonna be before he gets thrown off a roof. But
look, if there's one thing I know from playing Cyberpunk 2020 with Dave, it's that you have to fuck up a whole lot for Dante to throw you off the roof as a player character. There was a man,
but not very much as an NPC.
Yeah, there was a man who took Dante's dog and tied him up in ropes and hung him from a ceiling, and he didn't get thrown off a roof. So,
but he got introduced to a media that I spent a lot of time like everyone was like, oh man, it would be a great idea if we could like have like a journalist insider or something. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll make something. Made a character. Dante's like, hey, how you doing? Same episode, off the roof.
I wish I could apologize, but I don't remember it, and it was probably really funny.
No, it was because like I remember you guys just lamenting the fact that you didn't have any context in the media. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll make one and reach out so it's easy. And then Dante like within like an hour of meeting this lady, just throws her off a fucking roof because she's suspicious. And I'm like, okay, friendly people is suspicious in this world. So it's like,
Oh, I believe that. That's not even a Dante belief. That's just me.
Can we make a quick hack of Among Us?
Have you seen the first person Among Us?
No.
Oh boy,
No.
it looks great.
But we're all running around the office building until Dante calls one of us sus and then throws us off of it.
It's a game of Among Us where Dante is the only killer.
That's asynchronous Among Us.
He's the only voter.
Yeah.
you have to convince Dante you're not the murderer. Yeah.
That'll be tough for Pascal.
Yeah.
No, the Dante player has to find the two NPC players from the group.
Roll 20 was Savage tonight.
Yeah. Oh wow, you guys rolled a lot of ones.
We rolled 7 fumbles,
7.
no crits, and I don't think anyone rolled above a 6.
I got a
6 or
crit.
7.
I got a crit on my Taekwondo.
Okay.
That's why
I gotta say,
damage.
AP, I watched recently some of your old Star Wars games on YouTube as well.
Oh, like Edge of
And
the Empires, Shadows of War.
Yeah, like the Fantasy Flight Games version. And I got to say that out of all the FFG Star Wars games I've played or run or been in, I've never seen a game where the Destiny points flip back and forth as fast as in that game. You know,
we
it's
use it a lot.
Yeah, I'm walking down the road. Oh, I'll use the dark side points here. Have red dice on that walking down the road roll. You know, it really is. So I can sort of see, like, I mean, it's funny with Cyberpunk where I point out that the problem with the system, of course, is that you've got a 1 in 10 chance of failing every single roll, no matter how good you are.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also at least with like more modern games like the FFG Star Wars, you can cancel things out, but it's still.
I fucking love that system.
It's interesting you mention that because every game of FFG Star Wars I've played since then, the players never use Destiny points. Edge of the Empires, Shadows of War was the only time I ever saw people, and we got wild with it. Like, when I had a full hand of dark side points, I was like, all right, time to just spend big. Blam, 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 blam. Everything goes wrong. And the player's like, oh, shit, we have a fuck ton of Destiny. Let's spend it.
At some point, you should check out. So the guy that created the FFG system itself is a guy called Jay Little, and he also worked for Modifius on the Mutant Chronicles RPG. And it's got a very similar system, which uses conventional numbered dice, but likewise it has 4 axes of success and failure rather than just the standard single axes, as well as like a mechanic where the GM player accrues doom points, that they then use towards the end of the game to activate all the sort of villain abilities.
Okay,
but it's interesting to see. It's another game system which was designed with the same intent. It's not quite as elegant as FFG is because of the custom dice, but it's another. I don't know if you've ever seen Mutant Chronicles before. It's a lot of people call it like Warhammer 3K.
Okay.
It's a very niche.
Listen, it's on my to-do list. It's behind Talk to Chaotic Harmony 6. So
okay.
I really like.
Honestly, I love that system so much.
I have an upcoming show that will be in it. Maybe, who knows?
Like opposed dice rolls that give you more options for shit.
Well, it's not so much that. It's like failure in most games is like but in that game, it's like, how can I fail but still be like thematically cool? That was like.
Have you played it yet, Drummer?
No, but I've written music for a lot of like the Star Wars shows.
Yeah, he's for the roleplay and Jesse Cox show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, the classic example is the stealth check where you pass the roll, but you get a threat. So maybe you drop something important. You weren't seen, but something has happened to screw you over. So
or you
my favorite one is
like you don't succeed, but you get a lot of like, what is it? The stress and like the opposite of threat, like the stuff that you can spend
advantage.
Either give to next player or spend on yourself to reduce stress, or spend overall to do a larger thing if you get.
One of the best things I've seen.
It's not even that though. It goes even further because like you can fail and then spend those points on being like, I slide over the bar to get into cover, but you don't get into cover, but you still get that drink that you wanted off the table, right?
Yeah.
Like you can do shit like that. That makes it a lot more interesting to players, at least for me. Like
one of the best things I've seen was a battle versus stormtroopers in a docking bay, where a player trying to shoot the stormtroopers rolled 8 advantage but no successes.
Oh my God.
So the GM said, so first off, what you cannot do is hit a stormtrooper. Like that's not an option because you failed in the basic task of shooting a stormtrooper. But they said, okay, with my 8 successes, all the stormtroopers on one of those like those elevator platforms in Imperial docking bays. I hit the controls and it descends, and it literally took all the stormtroopers out of the fight because they're now at the bottom of the elevator shaft.
That is, listen, that's the
awesome.
classic Star Wars. You shoot a door panel and it does exactly what you want it to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It either opens or closes based on how you shoot it.
Han Solo like missing, but like looking at his gun, and it like something blows up in the background.
I mean,
instead.
a lot of role playing games in the past referred back to Han Solo stepping on a twig as a perfect example of where failure can still go forward towards plot. You know, if he didn't step on a twig, he managed to disable the scout trooper. They wouldn't have had the speeder bike chase. Wouldn't have met the Ewoks. Would have fallen into the Imperial trap. Wouldn't have destroyed the shield generator. The rebels would have lost. And because he stepped on a twig, it moved forward to the rest of the story from that point onwards.
Wow, I never even heard the Han Solo stepped on a twig conundrum, but that you're right. That checks out. Glimo, it's technically your outro. We got some people are so excited about Star Wars.
It's a good fucking system, man.
I don't have anything else.
All right, speaking of Star Wars, let's talk to Drumurboy, who writes Star Wars music, or did, but doesn't anymore.
Sometimes I might have to again soon, depending on how long they continue that show, because I did commit to writing music till the end of it, just in a slower pace. But I'm Drumurboy. I run music. You can find it Spotify, Drumurboy, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and Pretzel. If you're a streamer and you've seen all the bullshit about DMCA and Twitch, look up Pretzel.
I've literally never heard of Pretzel until tonight, and you guys have mentioned it like 20 times.
Fucking do it, man. They've got a free option that just has a chat attribution bot, or you can pay the $15 a month, I think it is. I think it's cheaper for the year bundle, but it gets rid of that bot, supports the artists, which is huge, especially for online music usage. Gives you all the licenses. It has a YouTube safe mode, so if you upload your VODs to YouTube, that'll be safe there. And their new beta, they're bringing in like, the reason it's $15 a month, it used to be $5 a month. They just signed a huge deal with like well-known artists and well-known record labels to be able to use their music on streams at the premium level. So, and they're doing a whole bunch of really cool shit, and Twitch is not saying boo about it because they don't want you to know about it. They want you to use their shit, and don't do it.
Yeah, during the stream, Twitch sent an email about DMCA that confused me. It's literally like, this is what a DMCA is, and I'm just like, thanks, Twitch. That really clarified how badly this is fucked up.
They mentioned the services to use are like soundtracks, no copyright sounds, Monster Cat Gold. No mention of Pretzel because Pretzel's doing shit right, and they don't want you to know
Cat
about it.
Gold. Nah, dude, you get pinged for that shit still.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Yeah, on YouTube, like people will be like, "Hey, that's Steve Aoki kind of sound."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're also like, they're at like 275,000 tracks, and they have 1 million in the back end. They just are going through by hand and tagging them properly, so they go into the proper radio stations and playlists. So it might take a while to get out all those tracks, but like there's 800,000 extra tracks in the back end waiting to be pushed to the service, which they'll be doing over the next like years probably.
Okay.
Good shit.
I didn't realize artists didn't get paid if you were on the free version. I thought you at least got something.
No, you get a shout out in chat and people can click through.
Oh.
Now
I feel really bad about having used Pretzel all that time.
It's actually not a big deal because like they actually, I'll talk about this when I write the thing that I'm going to write, but they're consistently my highest revenue every month.
Great.
Yeah. Like in the above $100 a month for meager niche music that I write. So it's a good deal. If you want to support artists, do that. That's my soapbox. I'll get off it.
Okay. Dave, what do you got?
Yo, what up? I make video games. Go buy them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like Cyberpunk is going good. I honestly thought we'd be stuck on fucking planning this thing for so much longer, but I'm glad we got it killed today. Yeah.
Despite 7 fumbles, none of us died.
Generally, the only planning I'd see that you really need to do in this is to make sure you have the right equipment. Anything else doesn't really matter. Like Arthur, we did miss the bonus 5 points on ambush.
That's true. Well, I don't really feel like you guys ambushed him. He picked you up as soon as you went through the tent.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, he has motion detector and like audio detector, radiological.
I guess technically we should have, if we were playing it correctly, we should have had like initiative at that point, to be honest with you, but like...
I mean, we did.
Well, instead of him walking up to you and murdering you, Drumurboy kept him in place with the power of anthropology.
Power of education. Man. Knowledge is power. Power just saved your life.
But other than that, I feel like everything went perfectly well. The robot legs have performed to the expectations I expected them to, so that's good. And just goes to show that melee is very viable if you have the right equipment.
I was ready to kick through the van.
Yeah.
I know. There's going to be an engine block in Pascal's lap.
Yeah. But anyway, go buy my stuff and
Kinky Fridays, Pieces of My Heart.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
That's the one. We have other stuff coming up pretty soon. My Discord is like 900 people big now, so go check that shit out. If we do like
900 people big. The name of Dave's next game.
Unlike Cyberpunk 2077, Pieces of My Heart is actually out.
Shit, murdered.
It's true.
Oh my god, we're gonna need to get a shovel to dig 2077 out of that grave.
Yeah, and speaking about the grave, we actually have an undead girl as part of the Halloween release that we did.
Look at that! Look at that return and reference.
Yeah,
we're so good at marketing, guys.
Yeah, it's
Where's
awesome.
the yellow background for changing the name to Cyberpunk 2078?
And I just got messages right now that the Russian translation is done, so I can update that now as well. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Got anything else, Dave?
Yeah,
Russian fluid dynamics.
This is the next game.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, like, we got some other stuff like
Gotham Simulator.
I mean, like, we're working on a Pokemon Snap game for adults, for big boys, and a bunch of other stuff too. And maybe in the future, Mr. Drumurboy will be collaborating on one of the games. So
yeah,
we'll see how we go.
Maybe on Olympic, we could call it 5 Rings.
That is not a bad idea for a name, to be honest with you.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're an upstart taking over your grandpa's company who makes condoms.
Yeah, man.
And you're looking to sell big.
Can you master the Legend of the 5 Rings?
There's that manga which is about like 7 rings or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
5 rings and a torch is all you need.
No, are you talking about the guy's like magically married to people who have the rings?
It's like an isekai, but he's
it's so bad though. It's awful. It is. It's terrible.
It's really bad. But it's literally like isekai waifu collection. But like
my god. At some point it's literally just like, all right, well, you've got all the rings, but did you know that this character had a sister and this character has a mom?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My favorite one is
so
like
bad.
The entire continent has to can't marry this girl because she's too strong and she'll only accept someone who can beat her in combat.
Fire cat folk.
Did they
and then he comes out of nowhere and he's all like, ooh, and then they get married. It's
he won with the
bitch.
power of love.
Did they fail a human perception roll? This one has a mom. Look, everyone, they have a mom.
Okay, you got anything else, Dave?
Nah, I'm just gonna be playing some Yakuza, my man. Oh, and James, let me know when you get your Oculus. We should, I don't know, I don't know. Can
Beat
you do
Saber
multiplayer?
collab
I don't
stream. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm pretty sure
I don't
Boneworks has a
stream
collab.
I'm looking forward to being on stream, just doing, you know.
Actually
I want to do
refunded
tabletop. I want to do a tabletop simulator VR stream and just look like a whole fucking moron the whole time.
Boneworks. I mean,
Guys, I'm
actually
trying
be
to see it. Where did the die go?
that would actually be pretty good because you wouldn't move around too much. So.
You could do a VR podcast at the Four Seasons Total Landscaping.
No.
That's in VR chat now.
I'm APGamingREAL, your complex and excitable storyteller. Some have described me as mysterious and eloquent. We're out. We'll be back next week. Have a good night, guys.